In this video, I'm going to reveal a new alien technology that is going to be 150 times bigger than AI. And the thing is no one is talking about it because everyone is focusing on AI. But I personally believe people need to start paying attention to this new technology, because if you miss the gains from AI, you don't want to miss out on this, because the gains from this new technology could be, well, far bigger than the gains we have seen with AI so far. It is that transformative. And some of my favorite investors who have brought this technology to my attention saying this is the final frontier in computing. It will just basically turn the world on its head when it really comes to fruition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal this technology for you, and I'm also going to give you free sort of stocks of this technology so you can go away and research it. So with that said, let's get on with the video. Now, I found three of my favorite sort of investments I listened to, Jeff Brown from Near Future Report and Louis Novellia from Growth Investor. They have basically been recently doing interviews talking about this technology, and it is absolutely massive. I don't think people realize how powerful this is going to be, especially when it is paired with AI. Now, what is the technology I'm talking about? Drum roll. I'm talking about quantum computing. Now, a lot of people, you might have heard of quantum computing before and just sort of thought, it's stuff of, sort of mystery and physics. But quantum computing is being developed, and billions of dollars is being plowed into it to create quantum computing, because the ultimate aim of quantum computing is to pair it with AI to create something called QAI, which will mean AI will be able to reach its full potential. We're talking artificial general intelligence and artificial superintelligence, because at the moment we've got chips called GPUs, which are made by NVIDIA and a few others, which are graphic processing units. Whilst these chips are really high tech and very powerful, they have limitations. So in order to take AI to the next level, we need quantum computing. We need quantum chips. We need the conditions to create quantum computing, the networks, the data centers, you name it. It's going to be a whole new industry, which means lots of profit from you and me. So there's quantum. You really need to pay attention to quantum computing, and it needs to be on your radar. So I'm going to talk about two sort of opportunities in quantum computing at the moment. Then at the end, I'm going to give you these free stocks for you to go away and research if you want to. Now, the first one, Louis has basically done an interview where he's talking about how NVIDIA is deep in development to create its quantum chip, which is he's calling a QPU, because obviously they build GPUs for AI data centers, but the next stage is going to be quantum processing units. So these are going to be the chips that basically power quantum computing. Now these chips are insanely powerful. I mean, these chips have already been tested, and they basically can solve the most complex mathematical problems that would take the most powerful supercomputer we have at the moment millions of years to solve. That is how powerful these quantum computing chips are. And NVIDIA is also creating a chip, but Google has created its first quantum chip, or its next iteration of quantum chip, called Willow. So that is the side of it, the quantum chips sort of, that are basically being developed. So that is one opportunity for you guys looking at quantum chip companies. Now the next one, interesting one I found really interesting, was from Jeff Brown. And he's really been talking about the fusion of quantum computing and artificial intelligence. And basically he says once quantum computing pairs with artificial intelligence, all bets are off. Basically, it's just going to turn the whole world on its head and change everything, because you need to think of sort of like quantum computing and AI like this. AI is basically sort of like, the car, the vehicle that basically delivers things. But quantum computing is kind of like, sort of like the driver and the engine. Now, obviously, the bigger the engine, the faster the car will go. But obviously, you need a skilled driver. The better the driver, the better the car's going to perform and sort of maneuver. And quantum computing is like the engine and the driver, because, the more powerful the engine, the faster the car's going to go. But also you need the skill in order to make the car do what you want. And that is really how I think about quantum computing and AI. So these two things need each other if AI is needed to reach its full potential. And this is what Jeff is talking about. The problem is quantum computers are insanely sensitive and they need very specialized conditions in order to reach their full potential. Now, basically Jeff said quantum computers need to be kept in a very tight specialized atmosphere. In order to perform at the absolute best, quantum computers need to be kept in conditions near absolute zero. Now, there is only one gas we know of in order to create conditions like that, and that is a gas called helium-3. Thing is, you don't find it on Earth. The only place where it is on the moon. Now, Jeff has basically identified a company that, company that is going to help basically transport helium-3 excavation companies to the moon in order to mine helium-3. In order to do this, and Jeff actually went on to say that helium-3 is going to be one of the most valuable substances, if not the most valuable substances, to the tech industry. So basically why I'm telling you this is another huge opportunity here for you. And then obviously you can have the AI, the quantum data center people, the networking, the cooling, the energy transfer, you've got all of this. And all of it, and also obviously the companies that basically help calibrate quantum computers, because quantum chips and quantum computers require immense calibration in order to perform at their best, because if the conditions aren't right, you're going to get bad results. So yes, quantum computing is going to be the final frontier of computing. It's going to take AI to the next level, but there are roadblocks in the way in order to achieve full quantum computing. But that is why now is the time to get into quantum computing, because it's still an early stage technology, but there are plenty of companies out there who are basically building chips, building systems, like I said, planning to go to the moon to get helium-3, to basically get the gas that can create refrigeration units near absolute zero. So basically quantum computers can basically perform at their best. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish the video with three stocks. Now I'm not going to go deep into these stocks. I'm just going to give you the names of them. So basically you can go away and research them and see if it's something you're interested in. So the first stock is IonQ or IonQ. I think that, for people who kind of know about this stuff, that's quite a well-known company. They sort of deal with hardware, the full thing, sort of hardware for quantum computing. And you got D-Wave computing, which is QBTS. And then the last one is quantum computing in QBT, QUBT, which is the ticker. So there you've got three stocks that you can go away and research to see if you want a little punt on them. But this isn't financial advice. If you invest in them, you got to take the losses if they don't do well. But I'm going to finish by saying that quantum computing, when it comes to fruition, and once the media start talking about it, has 150, 200x potential than we're seeing at the moment. I think it will create returns more than AI, because quantum computing is basically going to be the final frontier in computing. So do not sleep on quantum computing. It is going to be massive. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the video. What I'm going to do is, if you're sort of like interested in investing in quantum stocks and you want deeper research along with the stock picks, I'm going to recommend 2 services for you that I truly trust. First one is Jeff Brown's Near Future Report. He's released some special reports on quantum computing and quantum AI. The first report is basically where he reveals the partner or company that's going to transport specialized companies to the moon to excavate helium-3 and bring it back to Earth. This is actually a private company, so a perfect time to get in. So Jeff thinks this stock could 100x when it floats, especially once it starts doing trips to the moon to extract helium-3. Now, the next report is basically a report all about Google's partner that's helping to create and calibrate its Willow quantum chip, and there's one other quantum report as well. So if you want Jeff Brown's quantum reports, where he gives his very best quantum picks, link in the comment description below. And the last one is Lou Novella's Growth Investor. He's created 4 quantum reports, and the main one being Nvidia's 150x partner, which basically gives you the ticker and the research behind the quantum partner helping to build out its quantum chip. And he's got other chips as well. He also gives a quantum moonshot that could do more than 100x. So if you want that, I'll leave a link in the comment description below. Anyway, that is what I've got for you. I hope you found the video useful and informative, and I'll speak to you soon.